Many of you know me from my backpack rifle content on this channel, but also over at TA Targets. But what if I told you that I no longer carry a rifle daily? Would that be a shock? Let me explain, because it's not what you think. Let's jump into it. I know that the introduction there might have been a shock to you guys, and you might be thinking, holy cow, Jared is not carrying a rifle with him daily. And it's not about that, but my priorities right now at this phase of life have shifted. And I figured I would talk about that real quick, because you might find yourself in a similar place. But before I dive into that, I'm not against rifle carry. I still have bags that are loaded out with rifles. We'll talk about that a little bit at the end. But right now, in this current phase of my life, I'm looking for lighter weight and more discreet bags. And the reason for that is because I want the ability to get into more places, even places that have security checks. Now, I typically try to avoid those kinds of places, but I find myself more and more frequently having to go places where a massive bag with a rifle just would not be possible. So having a bag that's more focused in that area is a better option for me in this particular phase of my life. And I'm more focused right now on business stuff and providing for my family, which means I need a backpack that has the room to carry different things on a daily basis. So on that note, I wanted to go over sort of what my current everyday carry loadout looks like and how things have sort of changed and evolved since the last time I did a video on my backpack. So the bag that I'm carrying more often than any other bag right now is the EDC Ready Pack. You've probably seen this in other content, but if you haven't, this is a bag from Vertex. We stock them over at Arkayne. We sell them on that site. They're in our warehouse. If at the end of this video you want to support what we do here, you can purchase this bag. You can purchase the medical gear that I'm about to talk about as well. All of that's in the description. But this bag is a 2-strap bag that allows me to have a lot of medical with me, but it also has the room for my laptop. It has the room for my iPad. It has room for a change of clothing if I need it. There's just a lot of options that are afforded with a bag like this. And it's big enough that the level 3 armor that I slide into the back will actually provide some protection against pistol calibers, because it covers your entire back. And starting off on the front here, we've got a front pouch that has medical gear in here. And again, this medical gear can be found on our website. This particular kit is the Responder IFAK from Live the Creed, again, found on our website at arkayne.com. But this kit here is a simple loadout that allows me to have gear that I need, a Cat Gen 7 tourniquet, all organized in a very nice fashion. And then as a supplement to that, I added a base med kit in the bottom. Now the base med kit, I have used these many times in my life. Since the days when Live the Creed was called Wild Hedgehog Tactical, I have used these kits, and they have, quite frankly, saved the life of my dog. I've used them in other medical emergencies as well. Very viable kit, awesome to have on hand. And if you watch any of our older content, you're gonna find that my medical gear was not as organized as I would have liked. So having the direct action tourniquet kit in my bag and the base med kit keeps things that I feel like I need on hand in a very organized fashion that's very fast to deploy. The only thing that I added to the direct action kit was a Sharpie, just so I could write times if need be, if I ever deploy a tourniquet. In the side pouches, I have 2 tourniquets as well, again, Gen 7 cat tourniquets, just in case. My thoughts on tourniquets are, if you need one, they're the tool for the job. Obviously, in the case of my dog, if you want to see that story, we did some other content, you can go back and check that out. We could probably put a card right here as well to that video. If it's not out yet, you'll see that video. But in the case of my dog, a tourniquet wasn't the solution. His legs were far too small. But in many situations, vehicle accidents, construction accidents, even just regular things where you cut yourself, having access to tourniquets is very important. So I like to do that as well. So the rest of the bag here today for my carry is set up to be more business oriented, something that I can carry with me every single day and have access to. So in the front pouch, I've got things like my wallet, I've got extra 18650 batteries. I always keep batteries on hand, more of the CR2032 batteries. We've got CR123 batteries in a pack. So basically just the stuff that I find that I need every single day. A lighter, sort of like my random pouch. Still got to work on the organization in there as well. But the ability to have that kind of gear does make me more resilient, more capable as well. It's not always about the gun, it's not always about the ammunition. This bag for me and my mindset now is about getting back and forth to work. The main compartment here, super simple. I'm not gonna go over everything in here, but I've got contact solution, my glasses case, stuff that I feel like I would need every single day, extra contacts, other health related stuff that are not medical emergency things I keep in this front pouch. In the back, I usually have my iPad. Right now I don't because it's out charging, but I keep my iPad, or I'll throw my laptop in here as well. So again, this bag affords me the option to do that, but that main compartment is also big enough that you could have food in there. You could put a water bladder, you could have a change of clothing depending on if you're out in the city for a day or you're traveling for business, things like that. This bag allows you the ability to do all of that. Then on the back, the part that I really started to change was my mindset around carrying a firearm. Now, the thing that I'm gonna say is my Glock 19 is on my body almost every single day versus being in the bag. But there are times when I get to the office that I wanna take my Glock off. I don't want to be sitting in my chair editing videos for 6 or 7 hours or working on emails or product design with my Glock on hand. So what I've effectively done here is use alias receivers that are Velcro. So what I've effectively done here is take the alias clips that I already have on my holster, and I added the little Velcro dudes. The little Velcro receivers, there's 2 of them here. They actually can separate, but they look just like this. They've got hook and loop. They have the alias receiver. This interfaces with the alias clips that are on my holster. And this also interfaces with the alias clips that are on my belt. So what I'm trying to get at here is I've now tailored my bag more for me being able to take my pistol off of my body, put it in my bag in a secure way so that the holster's not flying around, but also be able to remove it when I'm ready to go from the bag back to on-body carry. Little bits of gear like these make that extremely possible. So the important note that I guess I would say with this particular bag is this is not a survival pack. This is not a descend into the wilderness or go on a covert mission inner city with this particular bag. This is strictly about me having just enough gear on hand to get through my day-to-day. And so that's what I'm talking about when I say that my mindset has slightly shifted because I spent so many years packing much larger bags in my vehicle every day, sort of just in case I would need them. But this bag does allow me to still throw in, say, my 5-inch 300 Blackout, or we still have the ability to fold up my little micro Uzi here and slide that down to the bag. There's still enough hook and loop where I can add our mag shingles into the back and have spare magazines, but it's just not the primary focus of this particular bag. Now, saying all of that does not mean that I think that rifle carry is not important. I think that it's still important to have bags that allow you to be capable and have the ability to carry a rifle with you, but in certain situations, it's just not going to be your primary focus. I do think it's still very, very critical. I do still have backpacks that are built for heavier loadouts that are more specific for that particular role. So please don't mistake this video as saying that I don't think it's important to have bags like that, but I do think that what you should be doing is build that bag for sure, but understand that if you descend onto a city bus and you've got this massive backpack that clearly looks like there's a rifle shoved in it, it could cause alarm. But if you descend into those situations with more of a focused EDC bag that is more reasonable, that people would tend to say would be expected, the chance of having problems surrounding that go down dramatically. So by all means, carry rifles. I think that that's still good. And there's days where I go back and forth to work with my 10.3 in my Vertex Gamut bag. And then there's days where I don't bring a rifle. Now I do have the luxury that now I live much closer to our place of business, so my commute has dramatically decreased. So that's part of the reason why I don't feel the need to carry a larger loadout with me. And because of our company the way that it is, the fact that we're not beta little anti-gun pricks, we have rifles here. I have a rifle in my office all the time, multiple rifles with me on tap. But that's a benefit that not everybody's going to have. So if you don't have that benefit, you might still say that I'm gonna carry a rifle every single day. And you're gonna build your loadout to accommodate that. And I would applaud you and say that's an awesome plan. Don't ever let my opinion or my plans sway you entirely. I'm just one guy giving an opinion. This is not gospel. I'm not saying you have to do what I do. I'm just explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing at this particular phase of my business. So I'm curious, has your outlook with the current culture changed your opinion on backpack carry? I think many of you now are wrestling with, what does the assassination attempt mean? What does the current state of our politics in our nation mean to us as prepared citizens? I know I'm wrestling with what it means in this day and age to be a well-prepared modern Minuteman. What does it mean to be a well-regulated militia, one that's capable of people that are organized, that we have the tools and the communications, the ability to raise food and grow crops, and all of the things that are important to experiencing liberty? What does that all mean? Let's start a conversation down in the comments. And if you guys would like an updated video on my actual rifle loadouts, I would be happy to do that. We can set it up. We can show you my new bags, the things that I've been working on and running through, and maybe you'll find that helpful. But I would like to know that in the comments, so please get engaged down there. As always, guys, if you want to support the channel, you want to support what we do here, there's a bunch of different websites. Our team has multiple different brands that all operate in different industries. So there are a bunch of ways that you can support what we do here on the channel. And it's not just about supporting me, you're supporting a whole lot of Americans that are here with the mission and the vision to impact culture, to revive our values, and ultimately change the course of our nation. So as always, guys, stay well, stay safe. See you all in the next video.